Hi, boys and girls. Ms. Fogelman here for our third grade math lesson. If you remember, we have been doing repeated addition and multiplication. Today, we're going to talk about a strategy called arrays. It is something that you all looked at in second grade, and we will be using as a strategy in multiplication in third grade. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. All right, and get to my slides. All righty, so like I said, this is our third grade math lesson and it is September 3rd. The learning target today is that the students will use an array to solve a multiplication problem. And before we begin, I did want to show you a video on BrainPop that talks about arrays. So let me pull that up.
How many muffins do we have for the bake sale? Wait, Moby. You don't have to count each muffin. That'll take a long time. You can use an array to help you count. What is an array? An array is a set that shows equal groups in rows and columns. I can organize these muffins into an array. I can group them into 3 rows with 2 muffins in each row. Or I can group them in a different way. I can make 2 rows with 3 muffins in each row. Right. You can also make 1 row with 6 muffins. You can find arrays in a ton of places. You could find them in a muffin tin, or an ice cube tray, a pack of soda, a checkerboard, a window pane, and on a phone. Arrays make counting easier, but how do arrays help you count? Sometimes counting things one by one can take a long time, but arrays arrange things into equal groups so you can count sets. Let's see. There are 2 rows of daffodils, and there are 4 daffodils in each row. You can write a number sentence to find the total number of daffodils. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. There are 8 daffodils. It's faster to add doubles than to count each flower one by one. There are 3 rows of tulips, and there are 3 tulips in each row. We can add to find the total. 3 plus 3 plus 3. Let's see. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6, and 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. Arrays can also help you multiply. When you multiply, you put equal groups together to find the total. Multiplication is an operation, just like addition or subtraction. But how do arrays help you multiply? We need to pick up 12 eggs for Grandpop. How many eggs are in there, Moby? There are 2 rows, with 3 eggs in each row. You can multiply to find the total number of eggs. First, write the number of rows. That's 2. Then write the number of eggs that are in each row. That's 3. The X symbol means to multiply. This number sentence tells you that there are 2 sets of 3. So the answer is 6. There are 6 eggs in that carton. No, it really doesn't matter what order you multiply, Moby. An array of 2 rows with 3 in each row is the same as an array with 3 rows with 2 in each row. There are still 6 eggs. They're just organized in a different way. Grandpa wanted 12 eggs. We only have half a dozen eggs now. Let's see. There are 2 rows of 6 eggs. That means there are 2 sets of 6. So 2 times 6 is equal to 12. That's exactly how many eggs we need. See, Moby, arrays can make counting and adding a lot faster. But I'm not sure we made enough muffins for the bake sale. I think that's enough, Moby.
Okay, so that just gives you a little bit of a start on what arrays are. And now we are going to take a look at this math problem that I gave you. Today we will be using arrays to complete a multiplication or repeated addition problem. So our problem today is Miss Fogelman was planting vegetables in her garden. She planted 4 rows of cabbage with 3 cabbage in each row. How many heads of cabbage did she have? Okay, so this is one way of arranging an array that looks like a garden. This person actually drew little flowers. We today are going to be using my toolbox here, and we are going to use the counters. Just to show you that you can use anything as your array. It doesn't have to be a picture of the item. It can be circles, it can be X's, whatever is easiest. Now, if we go back to the problem, it says, Miss Fogelman planted 4 rows of cabbage, okay, with 3 cabbage in each row. So remember, your rows are like this. Your columns go up and down. So in each row, there are 3 cabbage. So we're going to start our row here. 2, 3. Then we have another one. 1, 2, 3. Now, how many rows did they say there were? She planted 4 rows. So we have to keep going. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 4 down the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then each row has 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're counting this first one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, we can figure out the answer to this problem by either doing a repeated addition problem, which would be, there's 3 in this column, so it would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, okay, which if we add that together equals 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we know that our multiplication problem that we decide on from this repeated addition problem must also equal 12. So if we look here, how many groups do we have? Okay, our groups would be this way. Here's one group, 2, oop, I don't want to take it away. Here's 2 groups. Here's 3 groups. Here's 4 groups. Okay, so we have 4 groups, okay, because the rows are our number of groups. Our columns are the number in each group. So if we have 4 groups, that would be, because we do number of groups first, 4 times, okay, and we multiply it times the number in each group, because remember, it's 4 groups of, so we're going to say 3, and that equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we still have the same answer of 12, whether we do it as a repeated addition problem or a multiplication problem. So an array is another good strategy to have in your toolkit to use to figure out answers to repeated addition problems or multiplication problems. Just make sure that the number of rows is your groups, the number in each row is your number in each group. Okay? All right, so let's go back to our slides. All right, let's review. What does the multiplication symbol mean? It means groups of. So if we have a multiplication problem, we could say 6 groups of 2, and that would be 6, or that would be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, because there's 6 groups of 2. What are the numbers in a multiplication problem called? Okay, so let's see. These numbers right here, they are called factors, okay? And remember, these numbers in an addition problem are called addends. The answer in an addition problem is the sum, and the answer in a multiplication problem is the product. All right. And we just went over what the answer to a multiplication problem is. All right, so we will continue to work on this as we go along with multiplication. So this is just the beginning, but this is another strategy that we can be using when we're doing these problems. All right, thank you, and keep working hard.